Creator Jordan Eisenberg said the site can text and email you with a reminder that the time of the month is on the way so you can be prepared for all events. The system allows the user to enter the PMS details of 5 different women simultaneously for free. One user said, I am going straight onto that site. My girlfriend is like a pit bull that time of the month. Another man said that when his girlfriend has her ladies' time, was he a homo? Not that there's anything wrong with that. He keeps a safe distance. Women were not so happy with the idea of the site. Trish said, this site is making us sound like monsters. Guys, get over it. It's only once a month. Deal with it. You all have it so easy. However, it says here the site gives men a bit of an insight into how a woman might feel. The website advises, first and foremost, don't ask, do you have PMS? It sure seems like it, whenever she isn't being a perfect angel. One woman claimed that her boyfriend had set up 5 reminders to his phone, one for her, one for his boss, and the rest for his sisters. You know, I did have an ex-girlfriend who I used my Microsoft Outlook on my computer, and I had it blocked out as PMS hell. There were 5 days, PMS hell. Every 4 weeks it said PMS hell. And I would make sure to be out of the house at those times as much as possible. But in reality, think about it. First of all, women's behavior when they are on the rag is not acceptable. Being a cranky bitch is not acceptable. It's not. You know what? If you have hormonal issues, go to your room, close the door. You don't have a right to spill that crap on me. So don't do it. I won't tolerate it. I won't. I have been with women who are more jealous when they're on the rag. I have been with women who are cranky when they're on the rag. I have been with women who yell at me and nag more when they're on the rag. I won't tolerate it. I won't. This is one of the great reasons not to be married and not to live with anyone. Those 5 or 6 days of the month, or for some women it's like 10 days of the month, when you just say, hey, you know what, you stay at your place, I'll stay at mine. Don't come over. Don't need your hypercriticism. Don't need your yelling. Don't need your insanity. I don't need that. I just think that women should not be cut any slack in this area. You know what? Men have problems too. And the fact is, if you're not stuck like a caged animal living with one of these people, then you won't have this problem. Ladies, when you got a headache, when you're bleeding like a stuck pig, you know what you do? Stay home. Stay in your place. Don't come to my place. Stay there until all the symptoms are gone. Come over when you're done. Another good reason, by the way, not to get married, not to live with anybody, not to have a serious relationship, because the minute you have that emotional investment, women feel they have the right to dump all this crap on you merely because they are hormonal. I do not agree. I do not believe that women have the right to dump this crap on us, and I don't tolerate it. I don't want to hear it. Ladies, take a Midol. Get a hot water bottle and a copy of Cosmo and go lie down on the bed, okay? But stay away from me. I don't need your issues. I don't need your crap, okay? The fact that you are on your period and you run out of tampons is no reason for you to come treat me like crap. And I'm not going to tolerate it. And I don't tolerate it. Anybody starts getting in my face during that time of the month, I show them the door. If they're ever going to come back when it's over. I don't want to see it, I don't want to smell it, and I don't want to hear it. You think I'm being unreasonable here?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. Now with the shortest breaks ever, more phone calls than ever before. That's our deal. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. And I don't care if it's your time of the month. You don't have a right to dump on me or anybody. Bo on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Tom. How are you today?
Doing great.
Excellent. Thank you for having me on. It's great to talk to you.
I know.
I just want to say that, it is purely biological, and it is the reason why you and I am here, and for most of your listeners, why they will have children in the future.
But it doesn't, none of that matters. It doesn't mean I have to listen to it.
That's right, and you don't have to put up with women, and you don't have to have women in your life if you don't want to put up
I can have women in my life. I have figured out the perfect way to do it. They're in my life when they're not on the rag.
Well, instead of being a cause, you can be a solution. You can, I agree with the website. You can learn about
the only solution is menopause.
No, menopause is actually quite worse. It's when... and
I solve that problem, too, because by the time a woman hits menopause, I'm done with her anyway.
Well, actually, the solution is very easy if you just incorporate vitamins and certain metals and herbs and supplements into the diet.
Well, that's her problem. Okay, this is not my problem.
But still, you have to cohabitate with women in order to cohabitate with women.
No, you don't.
Well, I do. You don't necessarily have to, but I know that you don't have girlfriends living in your house anymore unless you do. But in order to have women in your
life...
Yeah. Okay. But in order to have women in your life, yeah, you can scare them off and tell them not to be around during that time of the month.
It's not a matter of scaring them off. I just tell them, when you got this issue, relax. Take a chill pill. Hang out at home.
Oh, but, it's a chemical imbalance. It's something that they cannot help it at all.
Again, that's fine. So when you have a chemical imbalance, time to lie down, turn on some Lifetime or some Oxygen or something, and get back with me when you're feeling better.
Well, see, you're offering solutions already, like laying down.
No, I'm not actually offering suggestions, frankly. I just, it's a nice way of saying don't call me when you're on the rag.
Then you should just say, don't call me. But other than that, if you're going to suggest something, I would say...
Well, actually, I solved the problem. If women don't live with me, when they're on the rag, they kind of naturally don't call me.
Why don't you just have them have a hysterectomy? That might be even better.
Again, they don't have to do anything. I just don't want them in my life when they're on the rag. That's all.
Which is understandable, but at one point or another, they're going to be there.
And that's when they should be staying at their place. And I'll stay at my place.
Sure. So the point is the website and keeping track of the periods, correct?
That's what it does, yes.
Yeah. See, there's the period, no matter what, no matter how you try to avoid it, it's still going to be there.
But it isn't going to be in my house.
It doesn't have to be in your house, but your computer's in your house. Your tracking it is in your house. So I'm not using. By the way, I'm not using this website. Oh.
I don't have to, because women don't live in my house. And when women are on the rag, they know not to come over.
And how have you decided this? Have you had women in your house before?
Well, I've been married 4 times. Come on, are you a new listener?
No.
Yes. Well, then you should know I've been divorced 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And among the things that I have a zero-tolerance policy for are being a bitch when you're on the rag.
Not all women are. Some women are quite...
I didn't say all women are, but those who are, stay home.
Well, you can ask them to stay home, and those are the women...
I'm not asking them to stay home. I'm telling them to stay home.
Well, then, like I said...
They don't have a right to dump their hormones or their hormonal issues on me. Done.
Well, what about your aggressiveness towards them?
Well, first of all, I'm not aggressive towards women, but any woman who thinks I'm too aggressive, she can stay home also. That's fine. Let me tell you something. They can stay home as much as they like. The point is, I don't want hormonal screaming and bitching and complaining in my home.
Okay, but some women are not like that. So if a woman is not hormonal or
if the only issue is that she might bleed on my sheets, I have no problem with that.
Okay.
If it's going to be insane, ranting and raving and, I'm hell on wheels when I got PMS. Those women who say that, or they've got license plate frames, warning of how bad they get when they're on the rag, they can stay home.
Okay. So what was the whole point?
I mean, if a woman bleeds on my sheets, I got spray and wash. Not a problem.
Mm-hmm. What about the website? You agree with the website? Do you not agree with the website?
Do I agree with it that it should exist? Well, I think it's a good idea because I think guys should avoid women when they're on the rag.
Oh, I see. It really depends. Like I said, instead of being, part of the problem or cause, just be a solution.
It's not my job to be part of the solution. I don't have a hormonal problem.
But if you want this lady in your life...
she's in my life when she's not having a hormonal problem.
But it's very simple to cure, like I said.
It's not my job.
Well, what is your job?
When she's not hormonal, she's more than welcome to hang out with me. But I put it this way. Relationships are supposed to be fun. I don't want to have to work. If I have to work too hard in a relationship, it's no fun, and therefore, it's not for me. Relationships must be fun, or I'm not interested, and most of them are not fun. All this talk about work and compromising and educating and helping out, I have no interest in any of that.
I totally agree with that. But as far as this biological disorder is concerned, it's not fun for either party.
But it's not my problem. It's your problem.
It's not your problem whatsoever, and you can dictate your life however you want. And I totally agree with you. And as far as I'm concerned, I agree with the website. I hope that guys learn more about PMS and the cycle.
I know all about it. Women, in many cases, although not all, are insufferable. And when they are insufferable, I don't want them around. I'm making it real easy.
Well, when you say insufferable, you're just being rude.
No, I'm just being honest.
I don't know, because that's not an absolute, and you should not speak an absolute.
Don't tell me how I should speak. You shouldn't tell other people how they should speak.
That's just pure logic. But getting back on...
No, it's not pure logic. It's your opinion.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is your opinion.
I don't want to argue.
Well, yes, you do.
No, I really don't.
Women love to say they don't love to argue while they're in the middle of arguing.
That's why.
Are you on the rag yourself right now?
That's why I'm bringing it back.
Are you on the rag right now yourself?
That's why I'm bringing it back.
Are you on the rag now?
That's none of your business.
I'll take that as a yes.
That's not what...
Thank you. You see, if she's not living with you, you can do that. You're on the rag? Keep it to yourself. 1-800-5800-TOM. Here's Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom Leykis, how you doing?
Doing great.
You are my dad. You are my God.
Love it.
You have honestly changed my life.
Good.
And last girl, woman, or bitch I was just talking to you, definitely on her rag. She was getting a little too detailed with the whole biological and everything. I think, you know what, I think that women get away with too much, whether they're pregnant, or they're on the rag, or they're getting stressed out, whichever one it is.
That's right.
I got a great story for you and your listeners.
Right.
All right, check this out. So, my first mistake, I'm in a relationship.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it is. I've been in a relationship for 1 year. Well, the girl I'm with had a dental procedure that she was doing, and she was on her rag. So I guess she wanted me to pamper her up and, you know, do all that stuff for her. She wanted me to get her a basket full of stuff and, like, a bunch of things, you know, rent her a movie, like she's my little baby, you know. Played basketball for 1 hour. Guess what she did when I got back? In 1 hour, Tom.
What?
She ripped me a new one, told me, you know what, you're not there for me, you didn't do anything for me, you didn't get me stuff. I've been, it's the time of the month, and this and that, and I went crazy. She was cussing, yelling, like, you know, I couldn't deal with it at all.
So what'd you do?
you know what? I ignored her. Ignored her for a few days. She got really pissed off. I told her, you know, I've been stressed out at work, and I'm not taking it out on you. And just because you're on your rag, you can't take things out on me and just go crazy. I mean, you know, women act like they have no self-control. You know, and if the last caller is talking about biological and all this good stuff, you know, as men, we get really aggressive, but you get aggressive because you had a bad day at work at a woman and just say some stuff. They'll go, you don't even necessarily have to hit them, but they'll file harassment at work. They'll do a bunch of things. You know, so I ignored her.
Zero tolerance policy. You're out! Can't use the S word on the air, son. Go to our website, go to our MySpace, myspace.com/Tom Leykis, myspace.com/TOMLEYKIS. Don't be embarrassed and don't waste your time calling in here only to be bleeped out and hung up on. See the list of all the words you can never say on the radio, and then you'll be informed. Jeannie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how are you?
Great.
You know, Tom, I agree with you 100%. I think for 2 to 4 days out of the month, I am not myself. I am horrible. I'm a nag. I cry. I bitch and moan. And then I'd spend the next 2 days after that apologizing for how I was. And I completely agree. You know, I hate imposing that on somebody else.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, because many women think that that's part of a man's responsibility, is to tolerate her crap when she's on the rag.
I don't think so, because if the roles were reversed and my boyfriend or husband is a different person for 2 to 3 days out of the month, I'm not sure that I would want to take that. You know, that would be their problem. I'm not sure that, I don't think it's the guy's responsibility to just accept it.
I agree with you, Jeannie. Why aren't there more women like you out there? Tracy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, I'm like her. She took all what I was going to say. But anyways, I agree that it's a woman's problem. We get it. We deal with it. I stay by myself. I'm not even around my girlfriends during that time of the month. I don't even think they can handle me. But my boyfriend insists on being around me anyway, and I'm like, well, if you're going to insist, that's your fault. But I don't think I shouldn't. The rag is horrible. It's horrible. But I do the same thing. I bitch, cry. I'm about 100 times worse. And women always have an excuse. Pregnancy, the rag, everything. We have it all. And people fall for it. So, but what do you do when he insists on being around you?
Well, that's his problem. If that's what he wants.
Well, then he's going to get it, and he needs to man up.
Thank you, Tracy.
Bye.
Appreciate the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Kyle on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Going great.
Yeah, I think women just try to use this as an excuse, just like everyone else uses the excuse when you're drunk. You know, the truth comes out.
The truth does come out.
When you're drunk, you just don't care. You know, I would never cheat on my girlfriend, but I'm drunk, so I don't care.
Every time I've used the C word on a chick, it's when I was hammered.
Exactly.
I said, don't be a C word. I've said that. And you know what? I have never, even though most guys the next day will be, oh, my God, I said the big one. I said the C word. I have never regretted it, because you know what? It's just that I lost all my inhibitions. They were C words, every one of them. Every one of them.
Exactly, and chicks just try to use the same excuse. I'm on my rag. You have to tolerate why I'm being a bitch.
No, you don't.
Exactly, but I'm saying they assume that we need to, but no freaking way.
I'm not tolerating it.
No way.
All right, Kyle.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Here we are trying to find out whether you think it's okay for women to dump all their crap on you, all their baggage, because they're on the rag. It's 1-800-5800-866. We'll be back in 4 minutes. We have the shortest breaks on the show we've ever had before.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Playing Why do women think they can dump their PMS crap on us when they're on the rag? It's 1-800-5800-866. Chris on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello?
Is that a question or a statement?
Yeah, I've been listening to a couple of the callers, and, a long-time listener, first-time caller, and, I got to agree with the two women that just called a little while ago that we shouldn't have to deal with their crap because, I dated a girl about a month ago, and I witnessed her first rag, and, I had to break up with her because of it, because, for 4 days, she was like a total, I don't know if I could say, witch or whatever, but...
Yes, a bitch!
Yeah, a big one, so... Whatever, I had to deal with that crap for about 4 days, and then she's like, oh, well, this is how I'm going to be here, for 4 days out of every month. I'm like, well, is it cool if, I'm a bitch to you for 4 days out of every month, and then we'll see how you like it, and she wasn't really down to put up with that. So I just want to say, why is it that when the tables are turned, they deny the offer, but
you see why it makes more sense, Chris? If you insist on having a girlfriend, and at 23, I don't know why you do, wouldn't it make more sense to have her live at her place?
I'm sorry?
Wouldn't it make more sense for her to have her own place to live in so she could just be there and stay there?
I'm letting any girl come live with me. I mean...
Zero tolerance policy. Yeah! The BS word is an offshoot of the S word. Not permissible. Go to our website. No, it's not our website. Go to myspace.com/Tom Leykis for a complete list of the words you can never say on the radio. If you really don't know what those words are, go learn what they are, for God's sake. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Stephanie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I am 7 months pregnant, and I got to tell you, the mood swings and the weepiness and all that nonsense is entirely in the woman's head and in their control, because I have enough respect that when I'm going through whatever drama is going on in my head, or if I feel like crying looking at a commercial or something, my husband knows that it's coming. I respect him, and I let him know, and I say, not the right time, get out of here, go or do whatever, and he leaves. And he's smart enough to understand not to fight with me, not to be argumentative, whatever the word is. And I think these guys are dating or being with the wrong girls because it's drama. The women know how to stop. The women can shut up. All she has to do is shut up. Seriously, shut up. Or
yeah, but women are not capable in many cases. I mean, you may be capable, and you sound like a reasonable individual. But most women I know are not capable of shutting up. We've had shows about that. I mean, there are guys who sit and all they're saying in their minds is, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
Yeah.
I mean, there are guys who are thinking that all their waking hours of the day. Shut up!
Just so you know, these girls, most of them, including myself, if we don't complain about this kind of, we don't get weepy with our girlfriends, we don't weepy with other females. It's for the men. It's the drama that they create for the men. It's just for attention. So just ignore them. Leave the house, just walk out, go to the bar, go with your friends, go to a strip club. Just ignore them.
Yeah,
that's my advice.
Or just don't live with them at all.
Yes. Not until you can't. You get some and get out.
That's how I feel about it. They kill me. Stephanie, thank you. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Lisa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Lisa.
Hey, my only issue with you, because I do believe a lot of what you say is true, but I am very offended by how a woman that has a menstrual cycle is somehow something to be feared and abhorred.
Now, obviously, you've never been on the receiving end of the crap these bitches dole out.
No. If it wasn't for the menstrual cycle, women would not have the intense sex drive they do have.
That's fine, but they should have their menstrual cycle when I'm not in the same zip code. And then when they're done, come back.
No. You see, you can't have your cake and eat it, too.
Oh, yes, you can.
Well, yes. In your case, you can because that's why you are so obese. But if you had any self-control, if you could actually pull some reins on your own behavior, and if you only ate the cake when it mattered, which would be when women are not on
Darling,
their
I can have my cake and eat it, too, and the reason I can is because women are more than happy to step back in after I have them step back. Nobody lives in my house, and that's the rule.
Well,
and that way, when you are on the rag, well, not you, because I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole, but when a woman is on the rag, she knows that she has to go to her corner and recover and come back when she's done.
Come on, Tom. You cannot have your cake and eat it, too, unless, like...
if you're going to repeat the same joke, I'm hanging up on you right now. Are you repeating the same joke? Yeah. You already said it once. Because you're already so obese because you're having your cake and eating it, too. Of course, you're so obese because you're having your cake and eating it, too. Because you're so obese because you're having your cake and eating it, too. Because you're so obese. She's on the rag, too. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Norma on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. Actually, this is the first time I'm listening to your show, and it's pretty cool. I agree with everything you said, but I think that you're missing one big factor, and that's that there's a lot of guys that don't feel the same way you do, and they like to put up with women's crap. They're PMSing. So
yeah, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how these guys do it. You're right.
But it's their fault, isn't it? I mean, I totally agree with you, and if they're the kind of guy like you are, then I would say, you know what? Get out of here.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell the guys. If you set up boundaries, if you make rules, if you say, dumping your issues on me when you're PMSing is not acceptable.
Isn't it true that it's the guy's fault for putting up with women that are this way?
Oh, no doubt about it. I'm not blaming the women. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I am not blaming the women. Women are hormonal because they have their period. I'm blaming the men for tolerating it.
So it's the guy's fault. I would do exactly. I can't even put up with myself. Much less do I want a guy to put up with me or anybody for that matter of fact. But you know what? If you choose to be in a relationship and if you're the kind of man that wants to put up with that crap, then shut up and put up with it. And you know what? Learn how to deal with it and educate yourself so you can cope better and put up with it even better. That's what I say.
Thank you, Norma. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How are you?
I'm okay, John.
You know, in response to what she just said, and what you were just saying, I treat every girl like a dog. In that when they beg for food when they're puppies, I don't feed them. And I have friends that have dogs that beg and beg and beg, and they always feed them and wonder why they keep begging. Well, if you tell them in the beginning, or not even tell them, just ignore them when they have these problems and these issues, they won't constantly do that. I just don't put up with it at all.
Yeah, training women is like housebreaking a puppy, and you do have to do it.
No, it's exactly like training a puppy.
I had a woman one time, I used to roll up a newspaper and whack her on the nose with it.
No, I do the same thing, but I use
very effective.
No, it's extremely effective. And the thing is, if you constantly give in, and honestly, I can tell you right now, I think PMS, I think it's all a joke. I think it's something they've all conspired about and used against us to somehow, like, this is our time. This is our time to get at them. But it's all BS. And honestly, I just think it's another way they're using to use us and lead us around by the nose. Honestly, I don't buy it.
I agree with you, John. Thank you for that. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's continue our conversation with John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, John.
I wanted to first thank you for the show. That we need more guys out there listening to you.
Yes, you do.
I think the country would be a lot better off.
I agree.
Second,
God bless America, sir.
Amen. Also, I want to talk about the biological issue that a couple of previous callers brought up. I work 18-hour days, and I get home, I'm tired, I'm stressed, and I'm expected to be civil in public in my social interactions, and I'm tired and I'm stressed because I've been working hard. That's a biological reaction, but somehow I'm able to control it. I'm able to have self-discipline to have control over my emotions. But for some reason, I don't understand why women can get a get-out-of-jail-free card because they don't have the self-control to handle their own emotions.
Because we let them.
Amen.
It's
Amen.
because we let them. It's time to stop tolerating this stuff.
I agree. But I think even biological functions, you can control it. And I don't think that, it's biological. That's not an excuse.
I totally agree with you. It's 1-800-5800-TOM, the Tom Leykis Show. Should we have to put up with the PMS symptoms when women dump on us because they're on the rag? Should men have to put up with that stuff? Seriously. More of your telephone calls coming up, including some guy who really, really doesn't like me. And he's going to tell me why. Coming up next, the Tom Leykis Show with the shortest breaks we've ever had.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
From Hollywood, I'm Tom Leykis at 1-800-5800-TOM. Don, hello. You busy out there, Don?
Oh, is it me?
Well, if your name is Don, it is.
Oh, my name is Don. I just think you're funny, Tom. I listen to your program every day. You're the old guy at the club, dude, who only gets laid because you make a lot of money.
I really don't care because making a lot of money is part of who I am.
Whatever. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Dude.
It doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with having that because guess what? Guys who have a lot of money get laid a lot more than guys who don't.
Dude, Tom, you're the guy that's old. I saw you on Handy.
I know you wish you had as much money as I have, and I know you're bitter because you can't get women the way I do. And I know that despite that, you listen every day, you're jealous and you're angry, and you continue to listen despite the fact that I make you so angry.
Driving home and having to turn on the sports talk radio.
There's plenty of radio stations on the dial, Don. You could pick one of those, but you pick this one consistently. You could bring a CD. You could plug your iPod into your car.
I don't have an iPod.
I bet you probably can't afford one. You probably cannot afford. You already said that. If you're going to repeat the same phrase again, I'm going to hang up. That's enough. 1-800-5800-TOM. Don would just like to have as much money as I have, and he's upset that the girls won't talk to him. I understand it's difficult. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Liz on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Liz.
That guy was an idiot.
Of course. Plus, the first thing he tells me out of the shoot is he listens every day.
Okay. He's just jealous.
Anywho,
just want to let you know that I started listening to you because my boyfriend actually told me you need to listen to him. He's awesome. At first, I was like every other woman out there, like, oh, God, I hate him, But you know what? I totally agree with you with everything you said about women. We're drama. Big time.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're on the rag, just, stay home.
Exactly, and now I want to let you know, I've been at that position that I was a witch to my boyfriend, and he tells me all the time, you know what, why are you women like that? All you want are attention and this and that, and I agree with that. I'm going to say I'm guilty about that, and, all those women out there, they just need to relax and, and if they want to be in a relationship and treat a guy like that, they shouldn't even be with a guy like that. They should be by themselves, And I really like your show because I'm listening to it right now at work, but I had to turn off the radio, and I'm a little bit nervous to talk to you on the line.
Oh, well, it's just you and me here, Liz.
I told my boyfriend, I'm on the line with Tom Leykis. You need to listen to me. But I just want to let you know that he he loves you. He's like, you're his idol a lot, big time.
I love that.
Yeah. Just want to let you know that, yeah, women that are on their rag should not be, they should be locked up somewhere.
Lock them up.
Yes.
Throw away the key, for God's sake. Mareda, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Mareda.
Sound like you're doing great, so I'm not going to ask you how you're doing.
Okay.
I've been listening to you for about 4 years, and it's my second time calling.
Uh-huh.
And I agree with you. There's absolutely no reason a woman should be PMSing. If she is PMSing, she needs to watch what she's eating. I have a father who has been charting our monthly time ever since we were young. And a week before our time will come, he will get strict, say, why are you drinking that soda? Why are you eating that chocolate? We're not going to get it. So eat right because you got to behave. If not, you're going to get in trouble with us. I have 3 younger brothers and my young father who would not put up with that crap. So I could say crap, yes.
Yes.
So it's very important that women understand that eating fast food and doing all that stuff is only going to make their periods worse, and everyone around them is going to hate them, and no one's going to want to be around them. They're just making it hard for themselves.
How can women be taken seriously if they're going to be using that as an excuse?
It cannot be taken seriously. I'm a high school teacher, and I deal with a classroom of girls. And the periods, when class periods change every so many hours. And, I told them, I don't care what's going on with you. You should know already when your time is going on. Why don't you have extra tampons in your purse? Why are you going to the nurse to get some? Did you not know this it was coming? And it's sad because the mothers haven't taught them yet. And they should know. It's something that should be expected and they should understand. And the guys shouldn't have to put up with it. In fact, they should also be like my father said, hey, you know what? Why are you eating that crap before, your period's coming? You're going to get bloated, you're going to get agitated, and then I'm going to hate you more for it. So come around, eat right, work out, and then we're going to get along better.
Exactly.
Tom.
Yes.
I wanted to actually give some positive advice for men regarding child support. May I?
What is it?
Yes.
Don't knock anyone up.
Yeah, exactly. But in case, if they must pay child support or they divorce, if they're really smart, women should not, first of all, be divorcing to get money from the man. The man doesn't even, that money does not support the child and the wife. They should get a job. Second, if the men are really smart, this is what I asked my ex-husband to do, only because I have my pride, and there's no way I would take any money from a man. I asked him to put that in a lock savings account. And when my son is 18, he can use it for college. I have not touched one single cent from that money that he's given into that account since we have been divorced. And if he chooses not to go to college, my son, then he could get it when he's 25. But I have way too much pride to have a man support me. If I got a divorce, it's because I have decided that the man and I were not getting along as a couple should. I wish him the best, but if he wants to support the child, that's fine, but he could do it in his college, because otherwise I should not be getting a divorce and realizing I put myself in a really bad financial situation.
Makes a lot of sense to me. Sounds good. Mareda, thank you. Christina on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Christina.
How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful, wonderful. First of all, I would like to say the 2 callers prior had made the young man had made a terrible mistake about you. You are a beautiful person inside and out, regardless if you have money or not. Okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Second of all, I'm calling basically because I do disagree with the menstrual thing. I feel if a man can have BFS, he could tolerate us having PMS.
What is BFS?
Bull effing stuff.
Darling, I would recommend that if a man is being difficult, you don't put up with it. You leave him alone. And just like I'd like you to leave us alone.
That's totally
true. At no time have I said that if a man is cranky or if a man is having stress because of his job, whatever, that you should tolerate it.
Right.
Unless you are benefiting from the money he's making by spending it. But if you live in your own place, it's not an issue. You could easily go back to your place and say, call me when you're done having your fix.
Exactly, but what I'm saying is, if you can tolerate me or I can tolerate you, it should be vice versa, regardless of the situation. If you don't want to tolerate me, I don't have to tolerate you, yes, that's fine. But if you want to, we could go that route, too. It's just different errors there. That's all I was saying, Tom.
All right, Christina, thank you so much.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Appreciate it. Oh, look at that. Brittany on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I wanted to call and comment about that PMS thing. That's actually a Western country thing that only happens to women in Western countries. It does not happen in China, Japan, Africa. It's purely Western.
Is that because of their soy intake or what?
I'm not sure what it is. I guess we're just crazy over here in the West.
Or women are just used to making excuses for their bad behavior here.
Right, and I actually don't do that. I did it with the first boyfriend, and I realized I was only doing it to get attention, and I've stopped that quick in a hurry, and it doesn't happen. I don't get PMS symptoms.
All guys have to do is say, I'm drawing the line in the sand, you're not doing that, and that's it.
Exactly. I learned, and I haven't done it, and we have no problems with that whatsoever.
Good for you.
So I wanted to call and make that comment first time.
So it is possible. It is possible to control your behavior.
Right, it completely is controllable. I have done it, and I have actually taught a couple of friends how to do it. And I've also had those women's friends that are totally crazy every time they get near that time of the month. And I tell them, stop, that's not cool.
Stop, it's not cool, for Christ's sake. All right, the shortest breaks ever on the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.